Thank you for following along on this channel, watching all the different videos and all that good stuff. And you know, I'm out here draining my tanks because I don't got nothing to work on. So we do got that facility if you're looking for stereo upgrades, lighting upgrades. When we get done with these tanks, we're gonna head back to the shop. We're gonna take you on a tour of the inside of my coach, show you a few things we've done and see if any of those interest you. You can always hit me up at brianmoto773@gmail.com and I'll get back to you as quick as possible. All right, we made it to the shop from Premier. We went the back way, the way they used to take all the Monaco coaches when they were painted. And we also went by those guys at Kenai Coach /OMC /Coach. But I'm gonna take you guys outside. We'll cover the outside of product improvements that I feel that we've done on this coach that you may wanna know about. And then we'll come inside and then cover the other upgrades. All right, so now we're outside. As you may have noticed on the way out the door is I have removed my screen door. You might ask, why did you do that? One, the thing half the time unpopped from the door, this, that, and the other. Even when it did stay on the door, it was just kind of a nuisance. Two, my buddy has a Rottweiler dog and it tore the screen. Now, I could have replaced the screen. I got all the skills capable. But the third thing is Prevost buses don't have screen doors. And if your air conditioners all work right and everything, really, what do you want your doors open for? So that's my theory, and I got lots of windows that I can open and so on and so forth. So I kind of like it with no obtrusive screen door. That's just kind of my personal opinion. So there's one thing. I've done that. So I've got bay speakers here and a bay entertainment system. It's a little messy in this bay. We kind of use this coach for some business too at the motocross track. Behind here is 10-inch subwoofers. These are actually vented carpet. So you got dual 10s back there. You got these 5 1/4 here, this Yamaha receiver here. Now this is hooked to the dash Sirius radio also. So whatever radio channel the Sirius is on inside, you'll get that outside. And then of course it's hooked to AM FM tuner. And when I had the coach inside, so that's what I had it on. If I go over here to CD, MD, if I remember correctly. Oh, no, it's CD. There we go. Boom. So that's the audio inside the coach. We'll turn that back down. Second thing, IntelliTech lighting added to this coach, not throughout quite yet. We're actually gonna get started on that, put a video together so you guys even know how that all works. But that's in the future. But the keypad in the bay was never factory from Country Coach, Monaco, or any of those product lines. And you can add a keypad to your bays anywhere you'd like. So that's another thing. Turn on and off my bay lights from right here, curb lights, so on and so forth. And I do have under forward mood, would be under coach lighting, which is probably pretty dirty. Let's see if it's even working. There will be a view of the track that it's in. And then even in all off, and then porch light and so on and so forth. Cool on the porch light is I've come and I put those terminals off the bottom of that, and there's an LED strip in that window awning. So you space it out or have it pulled all the way out, and then there's an LED light in there that works for the porch light. Second thing, or fourth thing, or 12th thing, whatever it be, slide tray in this bay, then with a snap-on toolbox mounted on the top of it, and then a wood spacer that the toolbox sits on with a drawer in it. So you can store more stuff there. I store motorcycle manuals in there because we hopefully never need to get to them. Move a couple things, slide the drawer out. Slide tray is got through bolts into the floor. So that way you don't have to worry about it falling on the ground. Went to the snap-on dealer, got the key bypass, so that way you can lock it and unlock it without having to find the key. My Country Coach chairs, little storage there now. You'll notice the slide tray doesn't do the full width. And I always thought, I always want it full width, full width, full width. Well, that tray was free. And free 99 is a great price. And I do like that I can put my chairs next to it, bungee them to the wall. And then I don't think they would have cleared if I would have made a rack in there. So it's kind of the ins and outs there. The Magnum inverter. Now this is a Gillig chassis, so you have the inverter bay here. The next year when Dynamex came out with their chassis, the inverters came across here in the Intrigue product. That's about the only difference. Of course, still 3 batteries, house, and engine. Oh, one more thing back here too is the Blue Sea battery combiner. So that way I have 100 amps of crossover power and a boost circuit built into it to be able to turn it on and off there. That's the factory switch. And then my pre-wire for the rest of the IntelliTech. We're gonna get started on here in the next couple weeks. One more thing, ladders are removed. Why? Buses don't have ladders either, so it's kind of like the screen door. Nice clean effect. Don't like it. Took that hanging license plate that was right here off, Frenched in my own bucket, made that bucket there so I could have my license plate. I've got a slit up here across the bottom. Part of it blacked out because it was so bright with an LED light there. Ladder is a little giant fold up, and it sits in the engine compartment. You can see part of it right there, and there's actually a bracket to hold it, so that way I do always have a ladder. I will be truthful though, one downfall of that, you get somewhere on a summer's day, and that ladder is hot, boy, hot. So, oh, we found the mini truck here with the bed all up, chrome pumps and everything, glossy white frame. Super, super great opportunity being able to get that truck almost a year ago now. All right, so that covers all that. Covers the undercoach lighting, was screen doors off, porch light LED. Of course, we do have exterior charcoal LED clearance lights on the very top instead of the amber and the big, huge, obtrusive factory incandescent bulbs. I do have flaking clear, like most of these coaches do get. They cleared the gel coat. We're gonna try to get it in for paint someday when we fix the front wreck. Thanks everybody on that one. Appreciate the love on me being healthy and the family, but I really will get it fixed. Keep on moving on. All right, so let's get a tour of the inside of this bad boy. All right, that was the quick tour of the floors and the ceiling. We will start to cover the interior, updates on the dash. All the fiberglass pieces were removed. Later they were ABS plastic. Removed, painted gray and a matte finish. Vinyl wrapped the shift console access and then made that magnetic so you don't have screws on it anymore. Found these Winnebago Grand Tour seats that did not ever get put in a coach. Put those in here. Made my own custom cup holder over here on the side. Got my Ace of Spades knob. Had my guy that actually did the original wrap on this dash here in town, the upholsterer, wrap the dash, make a new dash cover, and then I actually did a light that goes across the bottom here, so when it's nighttime we'll close the door. You might be able to get a little bit of that effect. Yeah, as you can see on the top of that IntelliTech keypad there, you can see that. Yes, it is my own coach, so things aren't perfect. I do have a little gap here. I never finished that corner, and if you really notice, this isn't even the matching vinyl, but hey, I don't do that on my customers' coaches, that's for sure. Filled all the holes in here, had those painted the same colors. Did the same thing on this side, removed that wallpaper, used a matte black tape to refinish that corner there. I've got that Kenwood radio instead of the stock radio in the dash. location there. If you press and hold the audio button, you will get the camera effect all the time while you're driving down the road, of course, unless the ignition's off, because I've got mine wired to turn off. And then you just hit the center screen and it goes back to wherever you were after you hit it twice, I guess. There, I guess it was just slow to load. Anyway, I got a little Margaritaville on there. All right, so that covers the cockpit area, the new seats. We did the entry step, did this man-made surface edge here, stainless edge here, floating vinyl composite floor. Took the extra couple days to do the area here. Had to actually take the padding off the back of some of this, countersink some screws, so on and so forth. Came up with a 2005, I want to say this is, a newer steering shaft. Really added a pedal down here to the floor to be able to turn my park brake, my Jake brake or my exhaust brake on and off, which I really like. I don't like having to find the switch driving down the road. Yes, I did install smart wheel on the coach, so I can flash my clearance lights, run all my wipers through here, and I have my cruise control in here. Luckily enough, came up with a Country Coach logo later. Now this old overhead is original. It's going to come out real soon. Actually have the TV in stock for it. It's another project we'll do here soon. But I do have the sea level. That's why it's kind of chintzy with the tape just holding it, because you know, why make something perfect when you're going to end up redoing it again later. Power blinds, MCDs all here. So you can smash all 3 buttons and all the blinds would come down. But I said MCDs, and the MCDs did come down. The auto motion recently that was in the front just broke. So driving down the road, one end of the dang thing fell down, landing on the dash. Next thing you know, I got to pull over, zip tie it all up, this, that, and the other. The auto motion visor is still working, and the MCD visor is still working. So I'm going to get a hold of auto motion, see if I can come up with the ends of those, but they're out of Canada. It could be a challenge just like any RV park. So that covers the front area. Yes, the vinyl floor here. Oh, here we are again with another thing that Brian hasn't finished yet, and that's his front mood lighting switch below the edge of the countertops here for accent lighting. 2 different modes, so that way you got bright and dim. That'll go into the IntelliTech lighting. That's why that switch hasn't been pulled out. The old Hart inverter control, of course, that's removed, and we got the Magnum. I didn't want to put a big huge hole in my, because I am going to put silver leaf in here later. So there's my Magnum inverter controller. Right now, of course, we're not plugged into the shop, so we're inverting. That covers that. Oh, the Avantium microwave. That was put in here at one point because the old one smoked. Got a new one of those. Got that flooring back here. Vinyl ceiling in here with the puck lights and the toilet room. Brought that toilet room floor in here. Did do carpet in the very back, the bedroom. And I think the last, oh, we got one more thing back up front, but we'll cover these real quick. Got a couple reading lights here. Those have been changed out. And then this headboard instead of the mirrors with the 2-layer with the vinyl. And then the LED lighting strips, kind of like a Marathon or any one of the buses. We're still in the remodel mode on this bad boy. We'll get her done at one point. Another cool thing too is, had my upholsterer make one of these. So that way in the summer or the winter, you're not getting cold air or extremely hot air in the coach. Through this, measured it up real nice. Addition to the coach. Keeps it a lot darker too when you're trying to sleep in. Got this one here for this fantastic van. Now, when I did this fantastic fan, I went with the solid white, so no light in there. And the last thing, I'm probably missing something, would be, if you all saw the video earlier in the week, the micro air with Bluetooth integration and Wi-Fi. A lot of guys said the Wi-Fi is not easy to interconnect, so you need to really have a router in your coach and then have that hooked to the router all the time. And then that way you just hook the router to whatever service you're using, and it does your whole coach each time. I will cover, since these are on the table real quick, I do have the Country Coach training manuals with all the wiring numbers, all that stuff. So in case one day that I do not have something in the back of my brain, which I'm very lucky I have a lot of, I got some Bibles, as I call them, to dig through. We did do the couches, different one here, different one here. They're on small risers because they were made for slide rooms, which would have made the elevation difference, so that way they were the same. But I think that's it. That is a tour of my own coach. Hit me up at brianmoto773@gmail.com if you're interested in getting some of these integrations and stuff done. I know that it's winter right now in Oregon, not the best of weather, but we do have a nice graveled area and a shop we can pull the front of the coach in or the back or this, that, or the other. Get some service done. We're just getting started. We've got an open schedule booked. So everybody, I hope you're all having a great day. Take that time to subscribe if you haven't. Like I said, we're going to get up a lot of videos. As you've maybe noticed in the last couple of days, I've been trying to drop a video recently, and we're going to do even more upgrades on this bad boy. So thanks again. Till next time. Bye-bye.